What do you think LeBron's reaction was to this?
Rob Pelinka, please tell me you got this under control. Dennis Schroder with LeBron James. Okay, if you don't want to say he's the GOAT, let's just say he's the best player in basketball right now. We'll save the GOAT discussion for another day. The guy led the league in assists last year with over 10. Dennis Schroder comes to this team and says, I want to be the point guard. Skip, it's almost like you, and you'll remember this, Skip. Our young viewers won't remember this. Skip, you remember the assassination attempt on President Reagan? Alexander Haig came out. He's like 15th in the line of succession and says, I am now the president. He bypassed the vice president and everything. Skip, how Dennis Schroder just bypassed LeBron and says, I'm going to be the point guard? Skip, how? Well, LeBron James, let me tell you what LeBron was doing. LeBron was in there. He probably had a nice little wine. He swinging it around. He probably on one of them big old nice sticks. And he hear this. And red wine all over Savannah's nice carpet. He almost choked on some smoke. He probably said, Banner, did you hear what he just said? Mm-hmm. Skip, what is Schroder talking about? Skip, I get it. If he wanted to say, Skip, I would like to start, I've come off the bench the last couple of years. I've been a starter. I would like to go back into a starting role. Skip, if he says that, I got no problem with that, Skip. But to say, I want to be the starting point guard? Skip, come on. Skip, man, take it away, Skip. I just can't. Skip, I can't. I can't even believe he said that. I can't even believe it.
This was my favorite story in months. I laughed and I laughed and I laughed some more after I read this because I thought it was a farce. I thought it was like he was sarcastic. No, he's not sarcastic. This is for real. And he capped it off by saying that his agent presented these demands to Rob Pelinka before he agreed to sign. So apparently, Rob Pelinka, quote unquote, signed off on his expectations of what his role will be with the Lakers. And he says, I did all that off the bench stuff in OKC. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm here to be a starter. Timeout. You are here to replace not only the best passer in basketball, LeBron James, which I've said 1,000 times on the show, but you're ready to replace the best point guard in basketball, who is 6 feet 9 inch LeBron James. You are, what will we give Schroder? 6'1", maybe something.
Being
like that?
nice, you being nice.
Okay, so 6'1" is going to replace 6'9" at point guard when he can see over the defense and he can distribute 3-point shot passes better than anybody, setup passes better than anybody. So wait. You're going to change the way you won a championship with LeBron at point guard, doing what he should have been doing his whole career. You're suddenly going to switch it up as you're the defending champ, bring in a guy who's never started for any team he's played for, and you're going to play him, ostensibly 82 games. You're going to start him at point guard and let him, as he says, he's going to bring the ball up and set it up and make sure that LeBron gets his shots and his attempts as a wing player off the basketball. Are you serious? You had the brazen, delusional audacity to say this publicly? You said this publicly.
You said it out loud.
With a straight face, I think. I don't think he's kidding.
No.
Because he summed it up with, so that's that. Like it's a done deal. I'm going to be the starter at point guard. Hey, you guys got a huge new problem. And this young man, still young, can be a problem child because he is his own man. And what I love about him is he is afraid of nobody. What I don't love about him, for your sake, is he's afraid of nobody. He's not afraid of LeBron. He's not afraid of Rob Pelinka or Jeannie Buss or Shannon Sharpe or anybody else.
I can see a situation where this is not ending well and he ends up at the trade deadline. He's a trade deadline guy.
Could be.
Skip, he's ridiculous. Now, he was a starting point guard in Atlanta. How did that work out for them? And they had Dwight Howard, who they ran the pick.
He shared time with Teague, and they were at each other's throat the whole time.
Exactly.
So he's never been a constant, a permanent starter.
The role that Rondo played, Skip, Rondo didn't start with Bron. Rondo was the guy that came off the bench and ran the offense, that could run the offense to give Bron a break. And sometimes they did play together and take LeBron off the ball. But when LeBron was in the game, to start the game, you go like, okay, LeBron is Skip. Can you imagine this? Okay, Schroder is running the offense at the start of the game, and LeBron is off the ball. Can you see a scenario? When has that ever happened? In 17 years, this is LeBron's 18th year. In 17 years, when have you ever seen that, Skip? To start the game. Now, I'm not saying at some point, because he would turn it over to Kyrie. He would turn it over sometime to Rio and D-Wade. But I'm saying to start the game, LeBron has the ball in his hands. And for him, Skip, look, I'm not saying, oh, I got enough confidence in myself. I just believe in myself. I got no problem with his confidence. But if Dennis Schroder thinks he's a better point guard or a better player, Skip, that's not confidence. I mean, there's certain things you just like, you know what? That's just the confidence that I have in myself that, bruh, stop this. And this what, Skip, I tell you, this is what derailed teams, keeps them from repeating. Because you get guys sometimes, you win a championship and you get guys says, well, I played a bigger role than they actually played. And then you get guys that's coming in, well, they came to get me, so that must be mean. I must be a very important piece. That's the guy's mindset. Bruh.
So in Schroeder's best year in Atlanta, 2018, he did average 19 a game. He can score it.
Yes, he can score.
And he did average 6 assists. Not bad, but your guy just averaged 10 and led the league.
Skip, my guy has never averaged less than 6 assists except his rookie season when he was 5.9. Other than that, he's been 6, 7, 8, 9, and last year 10. So his career year is LeBron's worst year at the point guard position. And LeBron was an 18, 19-year-old. And then you come in and say, you go run the point. You go get AD where he needs to go, get his shot, get him on the point. You go get LeBron. Bro, you coming off the bench. You need to, look, you and Trez in the pick and roll, you and Caruso, y'all will be able to do something. Kuz, Skip. Really? I mean, he go just like derail the ship. At least let the ship get out of, don't sink it at the dock. Skip, we dock right now. And he boring holes in it. We're not going to even get out to the middle of the ocean.
You're docked like the Queen Mary in Long Beach,
yes.
right?
And he out there boring holes right in the middle of.
So you just added 2 players to your mix, Dennis Schroder and Montrezl Harrell. Montrez was a problem for the Clippers last year, and they are now dismissing him as we got rid of the problem, right?
Yeah.
So you got 2 new potential problems. So LeBron has his leadership work cut out for him.
Trez is not going to be a problem in that locker room. I can assure you of that. This has the makings of being a problem. For you to, Skip, can you imagine? I mean, they drafted other 2. I mean, can you imagine Ron Harper saying, you know what, hey, I'm the 2 guard now. You know, my job is, you know, hey, I'm the 2. Or somebody coming in with...
By the way, Ron Harper, early in his career, before he had a terrible knee injury, he was a stud, man.
Even that he wasn't better.
But he could have made a case early on. I can play with that guy.
Yes.
Right, but not late.
Let's get... Okay, what case can Schroder make? At what point in time in Schroder's career, Skip, can we arguably say, you know what? I don't know. He might be comparable to LeBron.
Because, by the way, that career year in 2018 in Atlanta, he shot 29% from the three-point line. So Schroder was not a shooter.
Right.
So I don't know what case he could make, any way, shape, or form. I thought it was going to be he and Trez being the Lou Will and Trez of the Lakers coming off the bench as the shock troops. Right?
Yes. So let me ask you a question, Skip. Do you believe Schroder can get LeBron easier shots or LeBron can get Schroder easier shots?
That's the biggest duh question you've ever asked on this show.
Man, Skip, see, they just will not let me enjoy this moment. I'm thinking repeat. And had this joker come in here talking about he wants to be the...
being a joker. I agree.
He wants to be the Skip. Not that, I want to start. If I need to play the 2 off LeBron, okay, that's fine. This dude says, I want to be the point guard.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.